Hi everyone, I welcome you and I'm glad you found this video. Today we will be tackling the idea of purpose, vocation, and calling, and I will be using those terms interchangeably, but they all target the same ideas, the same thing of what should we be doing in this life that makes us happy and that brings value to other people, and how to find that sweet spot for ourselves. And so I'm glad you're here, and we will have this presentation right here. So our consultation is not only our online session that we will have in the end, and there is much more beneath the surface we do need to address together. So that's why we do have this video for you first to watch, and we will define what is calling, what it means, and what it's not. I will share with you some examples of results from this work, and we will set expectations so we can avoid the disappointments. And I will also clarify how the consultation works. Okay, so let's untangle this concept of calling. And yes, so calling is not talent search, because you might have a lot of talents and you might not know how to really bring them all together. And also you might not even know what else you can be good at. It can be ongoing journey of discovering things you are good at, but then how do we really apply all of that in what we do in our work? So the calling is not a list of traits or processes. It's not about if you are extrovert person, introvert person, if you like working with numbers, working with people, if you like to be in charge of things, or you would like someone to guide you in your work. Maybe you're preferring to work from home, maybe you want to go out in the office and work with other people. So all of these personality works, they don't really paint the full picture, and we really want to see the full picture. Okay, so calling is not skills or career counseling, because you can have a skill like knitting, for example, but does that mean that that's your purpose? Does that mean that you have to make that into a way you make money? And skills can be acquired, refined, and a single skill might energize us or sometimes exhaust us. So maybe you actually tried this before. When you are good at something, you try to monetize it, but then it doesn't go too far. Okay, so calling is not a profession, because calling can be pursued through various professions and skills and the way we apply our calling. So for example, someone's calling might involve psychology, but it might manifest through programming or passion for public service, or even through music. That's why I'm gonna be explaining further that we are not only looking at what you are good at, not only your interests, but also why something ignites you, why you want to do what you want to do, and like what actually makes you passionate and brings you that energy in your life that we all want to feel. Okay, so calling is not a career consultation. If you're looking for tips on how to find an easier job, more understanding boss, or bigger paycheck, this is not the kind of advice. And also, dissatisfaction doesn't stem from the wrong job sometimes, but from feeling stuck on certain level. So what that means is you might not maybe you're already working in the field you want to be working in, but your purpose is bigger than currently the place in your work is allowing you to realize it, and that's why you feel this like suffering of your potential. Your potential is calling for you and tells you like this is too small for me and I want something bigger. So sometimes you are in the right place, but you are ready to expand, and we can also address that together. And so calling is also not a predestined mission. So there is this idea sometimes that God or higher powers, our soul, wants something from us, and we have to discover it somehow and then realize it. But it's not about this either. And calling is not an ideal hobby or favorite way to unwind. And rest and recharging through crafts or through any means how you unwind doesn't make it your calling. Because those things, as you can see, they can be great pastime. They can be a great way to unwind, to reconnect, to get some energy, to talk to others, just to have a good time together with other people or just by yourself, but it doesn't make it your calling. And hobbies bring peace when they come without obligations or expectations. But if your hobby becomes a daily grind that and doesn't align with your calling, then you just spoiled your hobby. And so that we don't want to do that, we want to keep our hobbies as our hobbies, as our thing, how we get some energy back, from doing that hobby, just unwinding. And okay, so we are moving on. The myth of effortlessness and the 3 phases of self-realization. So effortless, how they often say currently, I see it a lot. People say, okay, how to make my money easy, how to do it effortlessly. Just be in your effortless energy and you will attract clients and money and everything. And so they make it seem into this beautiful, grandiose idea that it's so easy. But self-realization comes through understanding, accepting, and implementing of what your calling is. So it's not enlightenment. It's not transcending limitations, complete absence of negative emotions, total joy and happiness 24/7, and total luck and no hardships. A calling is not some light switch that makes your whole life total bliss. But then if you know your why, how becomes manageable. It's not about just making everything easy, but it's understanding why you are doing something you are doing, and that gives you all the energy you need to actually accomplish the task. And calling doesn't mean effortless leap from struggle to success. If we think about author Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter books, you know that she tried to publish her books for a long time and got a lot of rejections, but she persevered. And this is a good example of how calling can be hard at first, but if we persevere because we know why we are doing it, why is it important to us, what we want to achieve, we can keep going in the same direction and we will have success later on in life or wherever that might be, but it will be already in the right direction. And that's what we want to achieve with you here. What we are here doing with you is we are looking at focus for your life, for your professional sphere in life, so that you can actually know clearly where you're supposed to be going or where you choose to be going, because as we will talk later, you don't have to do it either. But if you are here, that means there is something inside of you that calls for you that tells you there is something you want to accomplish, something you want to do, a way you want to improve your life and your professional sphere, how you apply your skills, talents, your passions, and your why. So why is very important, and we will help you to find your why. Okay, so calling as well in relating to finding a niche so perfect that no struggles exist. So for example, if your vocation is entrepreneur, so you like to open new businesses and going for new ways how to create new processes for people, create new products, and all of that. So if it's your actual vocation, you will know that it's not so simple as you just wake up, you know your calling, you know you're an entrepreneur, and you just wish it happened and it happens. There is a lot of things you will have to tackle inside of this calling. You will have to go and meet new people, you will have to go and present your ideas to people, you will have to manage teams, you will have to really consider a lot of things like paychecks and salaries and how it all works together, and marketing. There are lots of things that go into creating your business. But again, if it is your calling, you will feel passionate about it, you will have energy for it. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it for you, because you're doing what you love to be doing, and it will produce some results. Because if it's your calling, if it's your passion, and you do it right way, at some point in time, it will be giving you some results that you will love seeing. And that's what we are after, okay? So, effortlessness that we were talking about just now, the ease and effortlessness. So where does it come from? So it comes when aggression is harnessed, self-worth is clear, developing independent identity is achieved. So you know who you are, you know what you're after, you know what's important to you, you have your clear boundaries, you have your self-worth, and you know how to manage your emotions. And then all triggers, anxieties, and harmful mindsets are addressed. And we can do it in our work together also. I will be talking to you about it later, okay? But we can do that with you as well. So the skills are also in place. We know what we are able to do. If we need to get more skills, we go and develop them if they are important for us. And then the team is formed. Team is important. We are social beings, and big businesses happen when a lot of people come together. And when you are in your right place, when you know what you're doing, why you're doing, when you have a great team on your side, then a lot is possible to accomplish. And one can still bring dissatisfaction to a calling through lack of boundaries with clients, undervaluing oneself, or waiting for success to magically arrive. So even if you know your calling, if you're already doing the work, you might at some point still feel dissatisfaction because of these things or some other things. But again, if you know your why, that's most important. And then we can address the things that are in your way and why the success is not happening, why you're feeling dissatisfied. Those are just small things that we can then look at. Okay? And so, money does matter, of course. Because you have clarity and direction, because authenticity speaks volumes in marketing, because you understand the value of your product and your target audience. After all, you are one of them. That's also the other thing is when you are tackling some challenges in life, you are passionate about overcoming them, and we can then integrate what you've overcome into your calling, into how you are helping people. All of us go through different challenges in life, and other people can be helped through our own experience, and that experience can be incorporated into our vocation, into how we are doing things, and what kind of people we are helping, because ultimately we can help people who are just a few steps behind, let's say, in tackling a certain challenge. We can help them overcome that challenge in sharing ideas of how we personally did that, or we can actually go ahead and help them and make it passion in our life to help people in difficult situations, to overcome those situations, okay? People can tell when someone is here for more than a paycheck. Your passion becomes prominent. People can feel it. And when you are on the right path, your energy levels speak for itself. So again, you will have more energy, you will wake up with purpose with light in your eyes and wanting to do things. Okay, that's a very big bonus of actually following your calling and your passion in life. And yet it does feel easier. So we talked about easier, but it does get easier because you are fascinated by the topic. Others might not be, but you are. You are halfway through those 10,000 hours already. If you know this idea of 10,000 hours of doing something makes you master at that. So you probably already have quite a few hours, already done. And interest brings inspiration, motivation, energy, and that flow state a lot of people talk about. You're already solving your own challenges with it. So you probably can already apply your skills in a way that help you personally in your life. And it will hit you. Your whole life has led you here, all paths converging. So it will all become clear and make sense. Okay, so that is settled now, what calling is not. Let's now talk about what calling is. It is a creative impulse and constructive direction that can be fulfilled through core interest. So often it does grow out of personal problem and it's perfectly fine. So again, if you're tackling some challenge in life, some problem in life, you are learning about it, you're studying it, you want to overcome it, you want to solve it. So that also gives you very good skill in helping other people do the same thing. And let's go ahead into example. I have countless interests, right? We all probably do have a lot of interest of you. It doesn't matter. But my core, for example, my core, psychology and spirituality and self-discovery. My constructive direction is this: helping people grow, evolve, express, and thrive as their authentic selves. So now when I know my why, and my why is really to help people thrive, being themselves, being who they truly deeply are, and now I know how to apply my interest, which is psychology and spirituality and self-discovery, into this. So I can help others be themselves through psychology and spirituality, through personal work with people. So that's me. And we will find yours as well. I'm excited already for doing that with you because it will give you so much clarity. I'm hoping for that. Okay, so how does calling develop? Out of natural interests and core values, from personal challenges, and from the level at which you feel effective in addressing what needs addressing. Body, comfort, mental health, society, knowledge, emotions, and spirituality, etc. Examples. So this is personal examples from working with others. Maria has a core interest of design, architecture. Her constructive mission is 70% of information comes to us, to people, subconsciously through space, through wherever they are. People need nurturing environments. So her professional fields where she can apply all of this is interior design, home staging, urban space improvement, and the positions can be many. Another example is Gleb. His core interest is health, self-development, and fitness. Constructive mission. People need proper nutrition and exercise. Professional fields, health, preventative medicine, nutrition, sports. Position, he can even be a school gym teacher. Why not? And then we have Albina. Her core interest, history, philosophy, social studies, constructive mission, the education system needs change. Professional fields, politics, public service. And again, she can find multiple positions that will support her in following this mission for herself. Okay, there is another example is George. His core interest, business, finances, and comfort. Constructive mission, why? Like what makes him light up and excited is helping people, including himself, to earn a living. His creative canvas is business models. We can look with him at different models that he can pursue. Is it business or businesses? How to choose his niche? How to attract investments? Expectations. So now let's take a look together at possible expectations we might have on approaching this topic of vocation, purpose, and calling. The first one is, I'm drained. I'll figure out my calling and boom, I'll have instant energy. Okay, yes, it will give you energy, most likely, but maybe the core of why you feel drained could be physical or emotional as well. Current circumstances in life, lack of direction, scattered focus, insecurity, and doubt. And again, those things will have to be also looked at, tackled, and made sure that we don't have those energy drains. And that's how the energy we get from our passion is not being gone from us in all these different ways. And then another expectation, I'll feel a surge of energy, a desire to act, butterflies in my stomach, knowing that this is it. In reality, you'll probably face some self-doubt and fear, some confusion and realization of the road ahead. You will think, okay, great, I know my purpose. I know, yes, it does seem right, but you will know that there's still a lot to do. You'll meet the inner conflicts that have held you back from your calling. So again, sometimes we do have those inner conflicts, like maybe we were told in childhood that if you want to be artists don't make money. If you want to be all about health, well, maybe people don't need it. You won't make much money out of it. There can be a lot of inner conflicts, and again, we will talk to you about yours. Another expectation. This will be something I will never quit. If you have an anxious or avoidant attachment style, you may abandon it or struggle to start. And that's where you might benefit a lot from someone supporting you, like a private sessions, personal coach, so you feel you have a support to keep going. Another expectation. Surely I won't burn out following my calling. But I cannot know how exactly you will pursue it. It's one thing to know it, and the other thing is how to pursue it. So childhood traumas could make you work non-stop. You can become workaholic, or you might feel guilty for resting. So again, those are personal things, struggles we can later on address. This session about which we are talking about with you today, finding out your calling and vocation, is just to find a clarity and a focus of what is your calling. Okay? So, main types of callings, career areas. First one, entrepreneur, specialist in some field. The second one, social system change maker. Third, health, body advocate. Fourth, mental health, thought leader, psychologist. Fifth, education advocate. 6, cultural influencer. 7, artist. 8, scientist. 9, entertainer. 10, spiritual seeker. 11, beauty and esthetician. So those are the main areas. There can be much more, and we will look with you on your core interests, on your creative impulse, and we will find what can you do, where can you find yourself. Okay, another one. Well, but I already know my core interest and constructive direction. Okay, so if you already know it, go ahead and pursue it. I'll be happy for you. But if you are still here, the consultation's purpose is to affirm it. So if we have a consultation and you tell me that, okay, yes, this is right, I already knew it. Please don't ask me for refund in this case, because we are affirming it. Affirmation from someone else can also be very valuable. It can be good to hear that, yes, this is it, and then you can have clarity, have freedom to pursue it on your terms. And my goal isn't to pull something cosmic or invent something new for you, but to actually look logically of what are your interests and what you are good at and what you are passionate about, and put it all together. Okay, so our 3 parts of consultation. Introduction is now. The second part is a series of questions. It's going to be about 10, bit more than 10. I will send it to you in our chat. They will help you find all those things that we will then use to discover your calling. These are not the questions about your birth date and what you like doing, what you like to do in childhood, what other people think you are good at, or what would you do if you had all the money in the world. This is not the questions like this. They are psychological questions that go deeper and help us to actually find the answers, okay? And in the consultation, I will reflect to you the answers I've got from you. We will talk about it. I will hear you out, and we will create a summary together. And what a summary looks like: your core interest, your constructive direction, broader professional area, and the narrow specialization, if applicable, to find out where exactly can you apply all of this. We will brainstorm ways you could start, as well as objections like you can't make money at that, or I'd have to go back at school to study this. How will you know that this is right path? Logically, based on what I share and your responses. You won't be able to unsee it. Everywhere you look, you will be able to recognize it. It will resonate with you. Ideas will flow. And you'll feel grounded. The strongest foundation, the feeling of purpose and the meaning in what you do. So if all of this is clear, this is the end of our video. You can write to me in our chat. I watched the video and I am moving forward. If you have any questions or doubt, also feel free to ask. I'm here for you. I want with you to find out your area, your focus for your professional life, where you can apply yourself and feel like you are doing something that you are passionate about, that makes your life better, that helps other people, that makes you lit up from inside, gives you energy and purpose. Okay, so let's continue. I will keep talking to you in our chat. Bye for now.